Hello there everyone, AnthWolf here and bringing you even more Final Fantasy XIV, playing as our level 62 Black Mage Evane Jouberault. And where we last left off, we started going into the Heavensward patch content. We went through the 3.1 story patch, As Goes Light, So Does Darkness, and we were introduced to the Warriors of Darkness. They made their presence known while defeating the Lord of the Hive, Ravana. We also saw some of the civil unrest still present in Ishgard, as well as an attempted murder of Sir Emmerich. But in this stream or this video, we're going to be going into the patch 3.2 storyline, The Gears of Change. So, let us begin. As it once was, Tataru is waiting to share good tidings with you and Alphino. Hello there, bandit. Hello there, Davo. So Thancred and Kryl are going to infiltrate Castrum Meridianum and the Praetorium, or what's left of it at the very least. And we're heading over to Limsa Lominsa to meet the adopted mother of Minfilia. Yeah, about that. Your daughter's not there at the moment. You like the Void Send tank armor. Meanwhile, at Castrum Meridianum.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business, then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you've favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Okay, it seems like they're progressing well. Well, let's head over to Revenant's Toll, back to the Rising Stones. The Wanderer's Palace. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, yes, I unlocked that at the Camp Bronze Lake, don't I? I actually totally forgot about that dungeon. I think there's an NPC that gives you Wanderer's Palace. Yes, Wanderer's Palace. With all the tonner berries. There's a Wanderer's Palace and then there's a Wanderer's Palace Hard as well. I think that NPC was offering the hard mode, but you need to do the normal version first, of course. Horribolda studied the trials of the Braves. Now, we don't really know much about that because we haven't really looked at relic weapons. But, the trials of the Braves. Oh, those are a bit of pain and suffering. If you've got the time and the motivation to work through them. They are a series of 10 or maybe 12 books. And each one has different requirements, saying to kill certain enemies, do certain dungeons, work through certain fates. This takes time and effort, really. We have a choice of a couple of meals here. We'll take the spell speed one, of course. Sesame cookies. Tales of a blue monster who greedily devours these baked delights have frightened children across the realm for generations. The Hydalos weapons. I haven't looked, to be honest. We'll have to have a look at some point. The word of the mother. Alphino is eager to return to the search for Minfilia. Okay. Kryl and Thancred may have had some success. They've asked us to meet them in Idleshire. Okay, onwards to ask a boon of Master Matoya once again. Seems the anti-tower has a vantage point over the ethereal sea. And I mean, Minfilia might have been swept up in Ystola's teleportation flow. The anti-tower is now accessible. In all of creation, what greater mystery could there be than the fate of this very star? To sound the deepest depths, to study the ethereal sea itself. For these purposes and more was the anti-tower built. Abandoned by the Charlayan caretakers following the Exodus, it has since been overrun by the magical guardians they left behind. Yet, we're one blessed with her gift to brave these dangers and descend the furthest reaches, to hear, feel, and think at the heart of this world. What could they find? Well, we will find out in more than 30 minutes. On the positive side, I do like the music that's playing as we wait. We could go do a few quests as my red mage, I suppose. Ah, of course, bandit. Take your time. How to keep ourselves occupied. Yeah, it's quite early in the day, and we are playing as a DPS, of course. Can't always be helped. I guess that's something we can do. Let's head back over to Idleshire. We might as well unlock the Heavensward 8-man raids. That'll take us a few minutes. Before we speak to Slowfix, is there anything worth spending my tombstones of poetics on? Since we're capped out on those tombstones now, and we have the gear I need for my red mage at the very least. Yes, I am. What can I spend them on? We could probably upgrade my Shire gear. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're happy enough to come along. Just let me know when you're ready. Ah. Yeah, tell you what do I need to upgrade the Shire gear? There you go. Because we now have banded in the party less than 5 minutes rather than more than half an hour. That's how ridiculous it can be with a tank. Right, gear augmentation? No, it's improved Shire gear. So tortoise, gob twine, gob coat, gob. So I need a lot of gob twine. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Hi. Let's see now. Level 68 Scholar, level 62 Samurai in the party. Yes, it is the one with the dolls at the end. to the first boss. Eorzea. Into the anti-tower we go. You travel down to the up staircase. Oh yes, the doorkeeper. not too sure the sounds off, to be honest. The sound's fairly... I have the sound turned up normally quite high for myself, and then I turn it down in OBS. Not too sure. Either way, up to the second boss, we have Ziggy. Oh, I was out of range, goddammit. You travel up the down staircase. Isn't straightforward to the final boss. Oh well, that was easy. Good game, everyone. Dungeon over. Oh, maybe not. Oh, lovely. I just love that the giant the doll is now just face planting. Oh, here we go again. And the worst thing is, we didn't actually kill it. The dolls are still alive. I suppose. In some form or fashion. And thank you for the commendation.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the Mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn, guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed Children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Thank the 12!
Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
The word of the Mother. I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No. No, this is all wrong.
Alphino, you still have a bit more growing up to do, it seems. Yeah, she did do what she thought was best. And we gain our own Toad Familiar. Product of Matoya's mind-altering magics, this particular familiar served a mistress for almost 50 summers before becoming struck with a sense of wanderlust following several fetch quests into the wild. Matoya allowed it to accompany you on your journey. This war of ours. Alphino has reached a decision. Okay. So Emmerich is planning some form of ceremony. Thank you for joining me in the anti-tower there, Bandit. Despite the dolls, it went rather well.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire. But if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the Zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. It would not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all.
You say guest
Oh,
of
and
honor.
one more thing.
Hmm?
A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Yeah. He says we're the guest of honor, but I'm kind of guessing that Lucia may have tasks for us to perform. Okay. Onwards to Falcon's Nest. Staunch conviction. Lucia is concerned that you seem to be looking for something to do. No, I'm not looking for anything to do. I'll just sit back and relax. Oh, fine, if you insist. Count Edmond's sons are here. Everyone seems to be fairly positive about the upcoming peace conference. We might need to do something about that. So Lady Lucia and Lord Artoriel are going to go speak to the convictors who aren't going to support the peace conference, leaving us to look after his younger brother Emanuelaine, who is where? Oh. Once more, a favour. Emanuelaine is less than his usual evanescent self. We were asked to keep an eye on him, but he's getting rid of us to deal with some wolves. Well, suppose it may need to be done. We can go have a quick patrol. I'm sure you won't get into any trouble while we're away. Hello? Oh, there we are.
are.
Ooh, an alpha ghost wolf. Back to Falcon's Nest we go. Oh, Thancred's here. Oh, you sent him away to deal with some more wolves, I see. And that looks like it's over at Camp River's meet. I hope it's not too dull following along there, Bandit. That's good. For those we have lost, Emmanuelane seems rather pleased with himself. Let's go have something to eat and drink. Take a moment to ourselves.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with them.
You were right, mother. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
I was gonna say, yeah. Coming to this feast may not have been the best of ideas.
Never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I calm, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them. They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night. And I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin. All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen.
Oh?
They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Travarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
Well, that went absolutely fucked up. And... Is that it for the peace conference? Quite possibly. And once more we are bidden to speak with the Ishgardians here and get their feelings on the matter. They were all very positive before. How do they feel now? Consequences. Thancred would like nothing more than to leave Falcon's Nest behind. So Lucia believes the best course of action, of course, would be to postpone the peace conference.
Onawa! No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Chirurgeon without delay.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
Well, that was downright depressing. It was a good punch, though. I'll give him that much. Oh, we have some choice of augmented weapons here. Is there any of them I fancy? I guess we could take the katana. I mean, are we ever going to play as a samurai? Maybe? Are we ever going to use those blades? Probably not. Oh, wait. These are the weapons you gained from... Yeah, the item level 230 gear you could get from the Tomestones of Poetics. God, I used to use the... actually, I probably still have the Torrent Crease on my miner. I was actually grinding the Torrent gear as a ninja back in the day. A long time ago. Holy hell. That was a long time ago. Either way, choices. Vancrit has lost all patience with Lord Emmanuelane. Back to Ishgard and let Sir Emmerich know what has transpired. So Emmerich has a plan to have a military exercise against the other members of the Eorzean alliance to try and promote Ishgardian unity. Will it work? I suppose we will support those we've come to know as friends. So Vanguard's gonna go tell Hilda of the news while we tell First Commander Lucia here. Okay. We want Hilda's watch most dependable rather than the most dispensable. Okay. Emmanuelane is not at the manor of Fort Tom. Seems he might be hiding out somewhere around a jeweled crozier. Ah, indeed he is.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still, you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces?
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time? Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
Okay. Before we participate in this grand melee, I will be just a moment. Whereabouts are we anyway? Oh, I see. Right. Right. I will mute myself and just be a couple of minutes, and then we guess we'll set up, see if the arrangements have all been prepared for this melee against the other members of the Eorzean Alliance. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Well, we are in Ishgard. I think even the smallest he can be as an Elezen is 6 foot. A spectacle for the ages. The grand melee is poised to begin and Lucia would not be late. Okay. We need to go beyond the gates of judgment. Yes. Unfortunately, I cannot be in a party for this. I cannot invite you over, Bandit. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to welcome you into the Grand Melee. But duty calls, commence battle for a spectacle for the ages. During the Grand Melee, some of your gear will be glamoured. Your attributes and abilities will not be affected.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Uldanan, Gridanian and Limsonan forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be rewarded tactical points. The first company to attain a designated tactical rating of 100 is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award your company 1 tactical point, defeating the marked combatants will give you 10. Marked combatants also possess special enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the grand melee begin!
Hilda's here. Lucia's here.
Flash God!
Damn, they got ours.
Is that all you've got?
Oh, hello, Pippin. Oh, there's the Serpent Commander. Oh, Pippin's back.
Here!
Right there!
Storm Commander. Oh, it's on me now. Oh god, it's on me. Oh, Christ.
Did she win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors. Thank the Fury you were on our side.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
Truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them. Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on, one at a time. One day at a time. As Minfilia would have done.
Hey, it wasn't my fault he lost an arm. Partially Alphino's fault, but, what does the hailstorm rod look like? Maybe went for something like an icy theme that would actually go rather well. Sure, we'll take it. I mean... yeah, sure, why not? You've learned the emote of victory. What does that look like? What does it look like for a black mage? Ah, there it is. Oh. The evil laughter. I see. For those we can yet save. Sir Emmerich is beaming with pride.
My lord!
Au revoir, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, when I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emmanuelaine, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
It's like nothing's never changed.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
Okay, and onwards back to Falcon's Nest and for the peace conference. Yeah, I wouldn't mind redoing that battle. Like, I've done a few of the front line PvP duties before, but I wonder if anything in, like, if we look at the PvP options here, like, if anything like the Feast is like that, maybe. A Feast is not something I've ever actually participated in. Maybe I have to actually have a look at that at some point. Okay, we get to sit back and relax. Yeah, I'm not very good at the PvP. I did a little of it just to get some wolf marks for some cosmetic gear. Which I'm not probably going to use right now, but you never know. The wolf marks will never come in wrong. So, oh, I see. This is kind of giving you an opportunity to do other things before the ceremony takes place. I'm quite happy to wait with Alpha now, though. Let's not go into the barracks and get a drink, though, like last time. To be fair, I got those from doing like kind of free dailies, and in one of those dailies I think I won. And that's about it.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Look!
The White Dragon!
Ah, how long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Your bow!
Child of Gridania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thordan? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, Look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells. Damn you, Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What does this rapier look like? At some point we may make use of it. Causes and costs. Alphino knows at last what he must do. Alphino would speak to us privately at Camp Dragonhead.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I. In our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshfon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
I suppose we could say something much like Lord Horshfon would say.
Lord Horshfon would be proud. I knew you would understand. Together, we will surely find a way.
Okay. Back to Fort Tomps Manor. And so ends Story Patch 3.2, the Gears of Change. We actually get to choose an armor set. Oh, we have learned the emote battle stance.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
I don't know if Y'shtola takes that as a compliment or an insult. Probably a bit of both. Oh. Hi there.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
Meanwhile, Okay. A perfect place to take a break at the end of the 3.2 story patch content, the Gears of Change. And when we come back in the next stream, or the next video, depending on how you're watching the series, we will be going into patch 3.3, the Revenge of the Horde. Which, for those of you here on Twitch, will be in about half an hour. I'll take a small break, grab something for lunch, and then we will get right back into it, because why the hell not? Strike while the iron's hot and all that jazz. But thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed the series. Thank you for joining me in the Anti-Tower Bandit. And if you're still around, yeah, I might see if you're up for doing a dungeon and maybe a trial. We will see. But no, I'll see you all shortly. I'll see you all next time. Until then, no. Bye-bye now.